Chapter 9, Image 3B, Untitled, Baggage Salvaged from the Valencia Hotel, Valencia Street, 1906. Cellulose nitrate negative, 135 by 78 millimeters irregular. The city is burning. He tastes it when he licks his lips as thirst pumps through his body. A deep breath as he steps over a woman, lifeless, her skirt pulled around her knees, exposing a flash of pale white skin. He bends to straighten the fabric and then hurries onto the sidewalk so a horseback rider can pass by. The man's stomach clenches, and he imagines the dead woman as a mother, beginning her daily errands for a family waiting at home, perhaps. At the bottom of the street, he sees fireworks and makes his way there, thinking it is some kind of SOS or the site of a relief organization that can explain this senselessness. The colors spray the sky, and he imagines Fourth of July parades as the air lights up with red, white, and blue flecks. He counts backward to slow his breath, 12 to 0, as he walks. His fingers and toes sting like needle pricks, and he wonders if he may be hurt after all. An internal wound from a fall, an injury he can't remember but must have occurred just before he awoke in the street. The soot and fumes have clouded his mind, he thinks, and the thirst, the dehydration. Dizziness washes over him, and when he arrives at the source of all that noise and color in the sky, he finds a fireworks factory near Market Street exploding and burning to ash. There are bodies in the street, blanketed in grit with copies of the morning's Chronicle dropped over top, the cover story a review of an opera performed the night before. A set of high-heeled pumps and black silk stockings stretch out from under the newspapers. Next to them, Oxford's, the husband's perhaps. The points of the two-toned spectator pumps and a pair of lace-up ankle-high boots. Bile thrusts upward from the man's belly, but he looks away and swallows steadily, with a 1-2 rhythm. Behind him, bricks fall from buildings, and he steps lightly, dodging debris as he moves south. A wounded teenage boy limps toward him, a long gash on his arm, the blood clotted and dark as black paint. He holds a derby hat in one hand, left shoe on and right shoe missing. "Are you hurt?" the boy asks. The man shakes his head. He has no visible wounds. A racing heart, the sweating palms, and cold chills, these are trivial compared to the damage he has seen. The boarding house is south of Market, then, the boy says. Valencia Hotel collapsed, only a few blocks down if you're willing to help. Help. He can do that. They need axes and saws, the boy says, and then he moves on, shouting, "Can anyone help?" His words echoing under the sound of wind. The Valencia Hotel is a 4-story building that has telescoped into a single level, and there are men and women in the streets crying. What's happened? Has anyone seen my husband, my daughter, my friend? The morning sun is replacing the gray, and he checks his watch. 6 o'clock. "I can help," the man says, his voice dry and grainy, but loud enough for heads to turn. There is a gentleman in a black suit and a bowler hat who seems to be in charge. "You?" he asks the man. "You're not hurt?" His name is William, and they quickly shake hands. "No, I can help." "The building sank," William tells him. "Most of those in the lobby and cafe escaped before the collapse." His voice is steady, as if he has been practicing the words or perhaps repeating them with each new volunteer. "The 4th floor, though, it literally dropped to the ground. I watched the patrons on the top story step onto the street as if the roofline belonged right there on the pavement," he said, motioning to his feet. "I've never seen anything like it." William's eyes are mapped in red, from sleeplessness maybe, or from the smoke, and the man thinks of a blooming pink and white flowers yawning up under the winter sunlit sky. "We need help digging," William says, and he holds out a pickaxe. "I don't understand what's happened," the man says, taking the tool. "I can't seem to remember how—" His voice fades out. William nods. "Just dig and pray," he says softly, bowing his head towards the pile of debris at their feet.